I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
What the hell's going on out here?
Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, the podcast from the web series The Two Dicks. We're a spin-off we started because of the pandemic. So we have 167. This is 167 volumes. We call them volumes instead of episodes. I'm Al Ducharme. I'm docked on a cruise ship in St. Maarten, and there's my partner in Napa, California, with a big-ass cup of joe. How you doing, Al Romas?
I'm good. Yes, Napa, it's about 60 degrees and been beautiful. Been here since Wednesday. This is airing Monday. We've been here since Wednesday. It's been great, and the weather's been great, and all good. And how are you feeling? Let's ask that question right off the bat. You're on a cruise ship.
I'm on a cruise ship.
You're docked in St. Maarten today, and I heard you had an antigen test this morning.
I did. Tested positive this morning. I have no symptoms, but my voice is a little raspy, but I get that anyway, so I wasn't thinking I'd have anything.
I like that. I like that kind of smoky voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Kathleen Turner?
Yeah, what was the other one I was thinking of? Bob, what was Bob Newhart's first TV wife? What was her name?
Oh, Suzanne.
She had that voice. Yes, she had that.
Yeah,
hello, Bob.
raspy.
Hi, Bob. Like a cocktail and a cigarette. Hi, Bob.
Almost like a transvestite kind of thing when the lights are out. Hi, Bob.
I would know. I may. Oh, okay. I wasn't going there, but you did, and that's fine. You got pause though this morning.
Yeah, so they sent a nurse over, and I was expecting. A nurse. Well, the first knock I got on the door after my antigen test, I had a do not disturb sign out there. It was my room attendant, my cabin attendant. And I'm like, oh, shit, here comes the hazmat people. And I open the door, and he goes, oh, sorry, I didn't see your sign there.
Didn't see the do not disturb sign.
No, because I kind of put it high, to be honest with you. And I think he was like doing this stuff. He wasn't looking up. I put it up high because sometimes there's kids on this cruise, and sometimes they
those kids. They turn them upside down. They turn them upside down. You know? Yeah. So it says do disturb, and then,
disturb me. They think it's
fun. They're
anyways, fun. The nurse came back. They said we're going to send a nurse up to give you a PCR test.
Oh.
So she showed up, and I thought she was going to be the shield, the mask, and the hazmat. She shows up in a regular scrubs and a basic, KN95 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
She came in my cabin, and we had cocktails, and we danced.
Hey now. Wow, you danced. That's weird. I could see cocktails and I had something else dancing. I don't know, why would you dance?
But I knew she was going to go deep.
Wow, we danced.
She pulled the swab out. It was like a sword.
Oh, no.
And I was like, she goes, have a seat. I'm like, no. Oh. And then she said, pull your pants down. And she went in the backside. No, she went deep, and it was kind of like, ooh, it was a little painful. Because I haven't had one of those in a couple of months. I had a bunch of them in the beginning. But she went deep.
I thought that was over. I thought we were done with the brain swab deal. I thought that ended.
Artie Januario, our comedian friend and also a full-time pharmacist of 45 years, he's on board with the PCR deep. He said these antigen tests up here, they miss, they're not as accurate.
Well, all right.
But it's about comfort. It's about comfort.
Yeah.
A lot of people won't get them because they're like, it hurts too much. And you go, no, we're just doing the front lobes now. And if this is getting 70 or 80% versus the PCR getting 90+%, but it's uncomfortable.
Right.
But
it's very uncomfortable, and I don't want to know. So I live in I'd rather just live in, what do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not fear. What's the other word I'm looking for? I'd rather live in
ambiguous. Not ambiguous.
Ambiguous.
I can't say it.
Anonymity. No. you know, when you don't know something,
Naive.
you
You
live
want to be
in.
naive? You're living
I'm
in
naive.
oblivion.
I'm living in oblivion. That's pretty good. Hey, and another topic. Well, hopefully you get the results while we're recording. That would be great. You know, and
Well,
then see a hazmat team come in and take you the fuck out of the room. Leave the
it
camera
would
on,
be
of
good
course. The
content, and we get a
Patreon.
lot of people to join the Patreon because you can't see the video. So if
That's
you want to
right.
witness hazmat, I should
Patreon.com.
have hired a couple of the cast members as actors to come in and do the whole thing, and
It would have
make
been
it really,
fun.
yeah.
That would have been nice. Some good prep. Would have been some good show prep, but you chose not to. And
All right. Well,
you know,
I'm waiting for my results. They could come back in, and that's positive, they send the doctor, and he shows up in his garb because I've seen him, and he takes your temperature and
is
asks you a
this the
bunch of
first?
questions.
Is this the first time you've tested pause?
Yes, and I've been tested dozens of
Mm-hmm.
times, both land and sea, and I actually have
Mm.
a home kit that was handed to me at the airport in
By a
Miami.
stranger? You're not supposed to take gifts from strangers in an airport. I don't know if you've flown before.
It's an antigen test.
Who gave it to you?
They were giving them out at Miami Airport for free, just handing them out.
Oh, those are laced with cocaine and fentanyl.
That's
in
why I'm
Miami.
keeping it. I'm keeping it.
They know.
So
They know.
now my raspiness, I have noticed that it's increased a little bit. So maybe this is what it is.
It is. It doesn't sound. It doesn't sound great, especially for a man who makes his living with his vocal cords. He brings these sounds to life on the stage, and people enjoy and laugh and get so much happiness. So we can only pray that these raspy chords are negative and healed before your next brilliant performance on board the Explorer of the Seas.
Don't mess with my nads. My nads?
Your nads.
No. What is it called? What is the ones in your throat? Not. Well, some guys have them in their throat.
Aren't they vocal
Girls.
cords? I thought they were vocal cords.
Yeah, but
I
what
don't
is
know
it
they're called.
called? The ones that resonate. That a lot of those deep guys have those big, deep voices.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't put any words.
I
this
can't
morning.
retain
I don't know
anything
that.
anymore. I just all my vocabulary is out the window. Not that it was great to
I'm
begin
on
with.
this West Coast time, this West Coast time.
Oh, you're a mess. But you've been going
It's
out.
thrown me.
You've been going out at night because I believe you're in Napa with.
Napa Valley with a young lady who
girlfriend. We had a listener post. He wanted to know if you were in. With your girlfriend.
on Instagram
Did
with
he,
my hashtag girlfriend.
He hashtagged it.
Hashtagged it girlfriend.
Vince,
Vince, some guy named Vince something. Vince.
Hi,
well,
Vince.
he was on
Thanks
Instagram. Thanks
for listening,
in.
Vince. Pop us another comment. We love to hear from people. We'll give you a shout out.
When you pop, we'll pop.
Well, that looks phenomenal.
Bit, but,
I know that people can't see where you are, but that looks like a nice little Airbnb with your espresso maker. The high
Patreon. Get on the Patreon, folks. You can see it's a bar it's a full bar, and then a big ass cappuccino espresso machine on here. This is the wine fridge full of. I mean, this guy's got some real quality wine here, and it's like, oh yeah, you can drink it, just replace it. Like, oh, I don't want to replace it. I just want to drink it. I want to.
So you're not in a public place.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You're in a common area, or are you in your private area?
I don't know what that means. This is the house. We have a house.
Oh,
the Airbnb is a house.
Oh, you have the whole house.
Have the whole house.
Holy shit! You guys are making the bucks.
Making the buy? Oh no! And it's January. This is the off season.
It's the off season.
This is a good time to come in. But this is the part of the living room, and this is the bar at the house, and he's got it fully stocked bar. But I went out to a couple wineries yesterday. Them down in Yountville. Been down there, Alfred? Yountville?
I don't think so.
It's about 10 minutes outside of Napa, but tons of wineries, restaurants, all very nice.
I haven't
nice
been there.
area.
See, for those of you who haven't been to Napa, Al and I both have. There's Napa downtown, and then there's little offshoots in the Napa area, and then these little towns. That's a little town you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Yountville. It's about, like I said, 10 minutes out. And then the Airbnb, we're about a 5-minute walk into downtown. So we just walk downtown every morning, and then in the evening.
That's great.
And it's been good. Yeah, it's been fun. It's fun, man.
I'm making adjustments.
Okay, adjust yourself, and I'm just killing time, hoping the hazmat boys come in and take you out of there. I'm just all we're doing.
So here I am. I'm in St. Maarten.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know the protocols. They're saying that the ship originated from San Juan, Puerto Rico, where I boarded on.
A lot of Puerto Ricans there.
Yeah, I don't know how they can afford it. Don Gavin, thank you. I'm here all week.
Exactly. Don Gavin, folks, check him out.
Check him out, Don Gavin,
Funny.
the godfather of Boston comedy. So I had to take a PCR test before I boarded the ship, negative.
Okay, right.
And then I just took my antigen test this morning, positive. So I've been on for 6 days. And Puerto Rico does not allow positive cases off ships. So where am I going?
I think you're going to quarantine on the ship, if that's the case.
Can they keep me in my... And now someone's actually taking my cabin, a passenger is.
Right.
And they gave me another cabin, but they're not going to put me there, right? They got to stick me on
You're going to go to quarantine hallway, whichever that is, wherever it is, but there's a hallway
crew
dedicated.
is deck too. I know that.
And passengers are in whichever one they choose, but
well, I'm on the manifest, so I'm going to request passenger.
You'll get the passenger, and you'll get your 3 squares in your hazardous material bags delivered.
They're saying 10 days.
10 days. I thought it was getting smaller. I thought we were going like 5 days.
They're lagging behind the WHO, World Health Organization. They tend to stick to the original stuff. When they went from 2 weeks to 10 days, the ships kept doing 2 weeks, and then now the World Health is saying 5 days if you test negative.
Right.
And they're sticking to the 10.
Well, I guess it works. Whatever, if it's working for them, because the numbers. I mean, it's just the press, of the way the media talks about cruise ships, and you and I were discussing it the other day off air, where we just, I mean, the airport. I just flew. I flew Tampa to Atlanta, Atlanta to San Francisco, and just packed, and the plane was packed, and there's no testing going on there. Where the cruise ship, you're getting tested. No one's wiping down anything at the airport. Cruise ship always wiping. People are always cleaning. It's safe. I'm telling people. I know
it's ironic that
the media loves to say petri dish or whatever.
Petri dish, that's horse shit.
Ridiculous.
Because
absolutely,
if they did any testing, the airlines in the airports would just shut down. That would be the end of that.
Be closed, of course. Yep. And nothing changes either. I was in the men's room at the airport in Atlanta. 2 guys, I'm washing my hands. 2 guys come in, take a leak, no wash hands, just walk out. I mean, nothing's changed. It's still dirty. A little bit. We're dirty then or dirty now, and nobody cares. So you tell me those guys don't have a Omicron right now? Of course they do.
I see most people wearing their masks indoors and outdoors on this ship. Believe it or not.
Outdoors. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I've been outdoors to get my. I didn't go to the gym.
Right.
Because I didn't.
That's smart.
I didn't go to the gym. I said, let me do the outside. So I did the track. And
you get your steps in.
I took my mask and put it under my chin, but I still see some people, like, they'll walk out of the cabin without it, and they go, "Oh, my mask," because they see somebody. And then they go, "Oh," and they reach in their pocket and pull it out. But meanwhile, there's so many people that they're so reluctant to put the mask on. They wait until they walk, a little bit, a couple 100 feet, and then they see someone, then they put it on. It's a little annoying. Just put it on.
Yeah, just put it on. I know.
Now,
I agree.
think that
This is how it is now. We do it.
If I didn't contract it on the
Yes.
plane,
Mhm.
I was on a plane on the 8th, and I took a PCR test on the 7th, and I boarded the ship on the 9th. They didn't test me before I got on the ship. They accepted my PCR, but they were doing antigen tests for a lot of people coming on board.
It's possible you got it on a plane. I mean,
I pulled my mask down to drink and to eat, and put it back up when I was done.
But everyone does. That's what you got to do.
But you got to. There's most of the people are doing the same thing at the same time, so we all have our masks on. I don't see them disinfecting microphones like I've seen them in the past. I don't know if you can get it from a microphone.
Who are you talking about?
Backstage, I didn't see any. Usually they're like disinfecting and all that. Like on Celebrity, they were going nuts.
Right.
I didn't see them doing that here as much, but I don't know. The microphones.
Do they swap them out? Are they using different mics for?
I don't know.
Different people.
No, there's like 8 microphones. So.
Right.
So then I had dinner with Oscar about
Oscar.
4 or 5
Gaucho
days.
Oscar?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 4 or 5 days ago. And we had like lunch one day and we had dinner, but we sat like at separate tables and we were distanced. And then the last one we sat at one of those big 8-seater round tables. So we were like 6 feet apart, but we conversed. But I heard him. He's right here, next cabin.
Oh, he's got it. Oh shit! So, he's got Uncle COVID's visiting.
So I call him up. I go, "How you feeling?" He goes, "Oh, I got a little cough." He goes, "But I don't want everybody to get freaked out. I hope I don't."
Yeah, we're freaked out, Oscar. Well, we're freaked out.
I'm like, I think he brought it on.
Oh no. Well, I would love an update on here. That's just waiting here patiently for and then otherwise you were going to be on the ship another cruise one more week.
The new cruise starts tomorrow in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I would stay until the 23rd, and then I'd go home for 4 days, and then back out onto another ship. So I don't know how much work.
What kind of show schedule do they have you on here on the ship that you're on?
2 welcome aboards, full shows, 40, 45-minute shows, and then 1 late night. Only half hour because it's mostly it's Puerto Rican ship, so
non-English speaking is what you're trying to
there's
say.
A lot of bilingual, but there's a lot of people who are, as I was explained to, have pride and proud of their native language.
I see.
But there's a lot of Hispanic.
They meant gay pride.
There's a lot of Hispanic and Latino entertainment where there's no translation needed. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I always wonder, what do they think of those things? Because there really should be a bilingual comic or Spanish comic, and there's enough for other. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if they think of that, or it's just like there's enough English speaking people, they all get it.
I get this cruise. I do get this cruise a couple times a year under normal circumstances.
Well, you're beloved by the Spanish people.
I'm beloved. No, you know what it is?
You are beloved by them.
I'm physical. I do sound effects. So a lot of my act doesn't need much translation. So
I think it needs a lot of translation, to be honest. I've seen your act. I still don't get it.
I just handed that to you, man.
I've never gotten the act.
I put that on a T, and I said,
I would love a translation.
Go get your bat and give it a whack. So anyways, what's the circumstances now? They put me in quarantine. Are we compensated? Because I risked my life to come out here and perform?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I know in the initial early days of when I went on the long cruise and all that, the quarantining time was half pay. That was half. But I don't know now. I mean, you're there. It's no fault of your own to get them. So I don't know.
And I
A
was,
good question.
I would say that I was 98% careful of everything, and I
Yeah.
still got it
Well,
because all it takes is that it takes that one lapse of,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, how am I not going to get it? I mean, we're out
Well,
as
my
people.
doctor said we're all going to
You
get
know,
it. We're all going to
right?
get it. You just want to get the, he said this 2 years ago. He said you want
Yeah.
to get the vaccine first, and you want to wait. You want, hopefully, if you do get it, we'll reach
Mm-hmm.
herd immunity, which we haven't reached yet because of the
No.
variants changed and all that. So,
Yeah. A lot of variance. A lot of variance in this whole thing.
well, if my
You know what
vocal
I mean?
cords get worse, I won't be able to
Wow.
perform anyways. So
This is a fucking nightmare. This whole
it
thing.
is a nightmare.
So,
Now,
it
question:
really is. Yes, sir.
I had friends on back in September on
I
the
know.
equinox, the
Oh.
celebrity equinox.
Mm-hmm.
They got half pay for quarantine the first 2 weeks, and then they were out for a week, and they were around a person, and they quarantined them again, even though they tested negative for 2 more weeks. They got full pay. They came out for 2 weeks. Again, they were around a passenger who tested positive. Put them back in.
I'm not following it anymore. Go ahead.
No, 5
That's
weeks.
all.
5 weeks of quarantine in 8 weeks.
Oof. Balcony
rough.
cabin. Balcony
Yes.
cabin.
Balcony
The balcony makes it a little easier. I got to be honest. That definitely helps.
Can't
Be able
smoke
to,
cigars though.
Why not? Who can't?
Did
why
you
not?
smoke cigars on yours?
Sure. Yeah, we were allowed to actually because we
Oh, no
everybody on
passengers.
that no passengers were all everybody coming on was quarantining. So I mean it was more than half the ship at the time. They put everybody on balconies that they could and allowed smoking. So wasn't bad, tell you. Wasn't bad. 3 squares a day, cigars on the balcony. Not bad.
I'm hearing different things about the 3 square. I'm hearing like the first 5 days they give you like crap food, like machine food, and then they start letting you order off the menu.
Oh, I don't know. It was you had the menu. You picked what you wanted in advance. So when we got there, it was like, okay, you're going to quarantine for 14 days. So pick 14 breakfasts, 14
Really?
lunches, 14 dinners. Yeah. And that's how they were delivered. So
What
yeah,
if you-
it wasn't
what
bad.
if you weren't in the
no
mood?
machine food.
What if you weren't in the
Mood
mood?
for what? What do you mean in the
You
mood?
picked a certain thing.
What's
Oh,
the
fuck, I don't want that again.
mood? No mood. There's no mood. You're hungry. That's all the mood.
There's no mood. What's wrong with you?
What-
There's
what are
no
you, like
crying
oh.
in baseball. There's
Wait.
no mood on cruise ships.
Think you're going to be in the cabin quarantine? Go. I really am not in the mood tonight for spaghetti. I was in the
You're just
mood.
happy. You're just
for
happy
some
a
French.
human is coming.
Yes, there's some and something will be delivered, and yeah, and then it's one of those dinners done in 5 minutes anyway. It's a little salad, then a little entree, and then like a piece of cake. And then
No
you go.
booze?
That's it.
No
No
booze.
booze. You could order. Actually, you could order some alcohol from the cruise store if you wanted. At the time, I did not.
Yeah, because you were off the sauce there for like a year, right?
Off the sauce, baby.
That
Yeah.
changed since you have a girlfriend. You're in Napa Valley.
I'm sipping wine like a gentleman. That's all I'm doing.
That's all I'm doing, folks.
Sipping wine well like a gentleman.
All right. So that picture of you drinking like a margarita or something was just.
That was delicious. Then we found a Hawaiian themed joint, Wilfred's, downtown Napa, and they do a big old tropical thing, but they throw some absinthe in there.
Ooh.
And if you order, it's called Down the Hatch, and if you order it, a video plays on the screen, so you see the video pop up. So I mean, someone just ordered another Down the Hatch, and that is quite a cocktail.
Did you go there last night?
Not last night, but the night before.
Okay, because you look like you went out last night.
No, well, no, I was actually home last night. I just had my hair is a little wacky, and I haven't shaved.
You look a little tired, but it's morning for you, and you're.
It's morning. We're 4 hours earlier than you are, sir.
That's right. It is 4 hours.
I got up, showered, to do the pod. Last night we were here. We got back. We watched what was the movie? The Tender Bar. Have you seen it on Amazon Prime?
No.
The Tender Bar. It's a great book about a kid growing up on Long Island in the 70s, and they made the movie. Clooney directed it, and it has Ben Affleck as the uncle. It's okay. The movie's okay. The book was awesome. Pulitzer Prize winner, but the movie's, it's okay. I mean, it's one of those back to Amazon, but
Right.
not bad.
But you also have reference because you read the book, and often it's very hard, the adaptation to screenplay, and then
Right.
it's very hard to do. Silence of the Lambs nailed it. I did read the book.
Oh, I did not read the book.
Of course, they couldn't put it all in, otherwise it would be a 6 or 8 hour movie. But they captured it very well, and but I'll check it out. I do have my Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not, it's not great or anything, but it was all right. But great book. If you want to read a book, folks, read The Tender Bar.
The Tender Bar now on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff being made on these streaming services for obvious reasons. So take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I won't be locked down and be forced to do it. But I guess it's a good way to pass time.
Well, we'll have to keep this updated. We'll put maybe you can make a video with the yes or no or something, and we can post it. You know what I mean? We're going to be ending here on a cliffhanger. We
Well,
don't know if Alfred
this doesn't come out
has it
until
or not.
Monday. And
Right.
Today's we're recording Saturday because of our schedules.
Right. Right, but I'm
I
saying
think, I want to keep everything on the down low right now until I figure out what the hell is going
want an
on,
update.
what the procedure is. I haven't
on an update.
spoken to my wife yet. She just messaged
Just
me
on the news.
just prior to the pod, and I said I'll talk to you when I'm done podcasting.
Okay. Bernie, sit down.
Are you guys staying in the house tonight? Are you going to go out for dinner?
Sit
What are you gonna
down.
do?
We're going to go out after the pod. Probably go downtown and going over to a place in Yountville for a lunch, like a later lunch, called Mustard's, which was a recommendation from our buddy John Consoli. Thank you, John. Said head to Mustard's.
Oh, that's right. He's quite familiar with the Napa area.
He's quite familiar with it, so that's what we're doing. And we'll probably go downtown now or something, maybe. I don't know. See what happens. It's a nice little walk. Get some steps in, and then could head down to Yountville from there.
Well,
while we
I've
wait
done the
for
downtown.
Alfred's news.
Yes, I've done the downtown in Napa,
Mm-hmm.
but I've gone to Sonoma a few more times just because it's closer to my friend's house, and it's just a little bit. It's not as crowded as Napa, but you're off season, so it shouldn't be a non-issue.
Oh yeah, everything's empty. It's been good. I mean, like I said, the weather's good. It's
Nice. You guys are lucky.
60s and sunny, and yet between COVID and the off season, everything's very slow and open. So it's been good. Very
Excellent.
good.
And how long are you going to be there
Yes, sir.
until?
We leave here. We leave Napa on Monday, going to San Francisco till Wednesday, fly home Wednesday afternoon.
That's a nice trip. That's a
Nice little trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Well, warm regards to Kelly. I will keep you updated, and you guys go to Mustard's and get some. Order mayonnaise. See if they have mayonnaise. Just to throw them off.
I will, and we wish you good luck with your raspy vocal cords. Let's just keep it out there. It's going to be negative, so let's keep it positive.
Fingers
But
crossed.
it'll be negative. Boom.
Boom.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The Two Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, show.
All right.
subscribe.
Mary.
Arr.
Go to patreon.com/forward2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.